So today we need to build a castle to keep out a ton of invaders coming from that direction. You know, the big ominous obelisk with a little bit of a storm cloud above it, because this king needs protection. So first things first, we need to get some production going, so we unlock some economic zones like a farm zone for free and a forestry zone. And then we get those built down, and I think the farm zone can go right back here because it's the furthest away from danger. So we get enough of this down to fund everything else because we're currently losing 12 food, but a field of that size should do it. And thankfully a builder is already on the way. And we're recruiting a farmer, perfect. But we are definitely gonna need more wood to fund other things, so let's go over to the woods here and chop down a tree with a pickaxe, because that's how that works. But at least every time we get some wood from this tree, it's 50 pieces of it, so that's awesome. And then while we're over here, let's set up a forestry zone to hopefully get 2 lumberjacks in here. Hopefully we can make something big enough for 2, and it looks like we can, just a little bit more. There we go. That should give us some good wood income. But now the sketchy thing is we only have 5 more minutes before the wave comes in, so maybe we should get some defenses over here in place. So we start from one side over here and then drag it all the way over here. It's a start. There's some that isn't gonna be built in the middle, but that's okay because we just build a wall up like this with all of the wood that we have access to. But we're gonna need way more, and we do still have some gold left on the side, so why don't we get some more upgrades for things such as hiring some soldiers should help, or at least the access to do that in the future. We still need to unlock the archers, but we can also unlock a skill for ourselves such as a shield charge. That should help when the combat actually starts. And thankfully our second lumberjack is on the way. So now we have 250 more wood to use. Oh good, and they're building this wall already. But it looks like we're also currently running out of food. What are the farmers doing? Okay, now we're harvesting food. That's good. Using very broad strokes with the scythe. Do we need another farmer? We might need another farmer. So let's just expand the current field to get, there we go, another one. But that also costs, okay, it's not quite all of the wood. The lumberjacks are doing good. It just also takes a while because the farm is pretty far away from the king here, which, speaking of, we probably should set up some defenses around him so he's not so exposed, because he looks big, but he's kind of squishy. So let's just set up some walls over here like so, up like this as well. And then we also need a door probably to get in there, so one can go right there, and then we build up around it. This should keep out any unwanted visitors, and by unwanted, I mean any visitors. Though I suppose a back door would be good too for the farmers. So door number 2 can go right over here. A few more walls on all sides, which thankfully we have the wood to fund. Oh, just barely. But now the king is enclosed with a very open roof arrangement, but also the second farm isn't quite going yet because the builders are pretty busy, it seems like. So at least we can help build this ourselves, although this might not be the best use of our time. The good news though is it does look like our food production is currently positive, so that's good news. Okay, now the builder's coming over here because it looks like this one is done building the wall. Now the wall here is a suggestion more like, so let's build up some more on the sides because we're also down to 40 seconds before this starts. So let's try to get the wall all the way over here and then down like that. And the enemy portal's almost open, so we should definitely hurry this up. At least get the plans for the wall in place. Oh, and it actually looks like we can hire some archers. Good. But if we had more wood. Currently, we just have a nice amount. Can we get some more very quickly? I don't think we can. There's only 10 seconds. But we can get a slight amount of wood. But now the portal is opening. And wave 1 is incoming. Oh, great. And there's a pretty decent amount of enemies at the start. Wow, okay. Wave 1, ladies and gentlemen. At least it's just a skeleton grunt that we have to deal with, who seems pretty basic. So it's time for us to do our thing because we can't build anymore. So let's equip this sword and shield and charge the enemy down, because I have to do everything around here, it seems like. But at least we do have a fun new ability such as a shield charge, so let's give that a go. And bam! Oh, yes! That already took down a few. Very good. Oh, but they're already continuing. Okay, gotta get to the front of this pack probably. Have them draw focus to me, or maybe a few of them draw focus to me. At least until we get shield charge again, and then just keep everybody away from the walls because there's nothing keeping them away. But we can charge again, take down a few more hopefully. Ooh, it did, very good. And they're dropping coins. Oh, but they're already at the wall. They are already at the wall. Get back here. Don't take that down, I just built it. But we are also taking damage, so maybe a few shield defenses is good too. until we get shield charge again. Can only activate that skill when in combat. I am in combat! And they're already breaking through the wall! But of course, we don't have enough mana for this either, so that's cool too, I guess. Oh, no, you don't. I see you continuing to the king. Get back here. At least they are very weak in that it only takes a few hits to take him down. So the king should ultimately be safe. Oh, the magic is weakening, and they've begun decaying. Very good. So we don't need them all taken out. They just need to be kept away long enough. Excellent. I think that was the last one. And indeed it was. The portal closes again. Victory. At least for the first wave. This is gonna get crazy pretty quick, isn't it? At least he's happy. And he's giving us a bunch of money. Awesome, 150 coins. And we secured 36. And thankfully, at the end of all the waves, the damage gets restored. At least the parts that are, you know, built. So the builders can get to work right away again. Maybe we should get more builders. We do have a lot of money to use, but we could also use some better defenses, like plaster? Stronger than wood, not as expensive as stone. Ideal for housing. Okay, housing doesn't sound like very good defense, but we can get some proper defense here, so let's invest a little bit to that. Oh, we could get projectile traps. But there's also other defenses that we can get, like launch pads. Anything that steps on it will be launched into the air. That sounds like fun. Except it costs 100, and I don't know if I want to use that much on one thing. We can expand the area that we can build. That would be helpful. So we can branch out a little further, but I also kind of want the projectile traps too. So I would definitely say yes to this. And then maybe some terrain mastery as well? Sure. It costs food, but we do have a good supply of it coming in. Now, before we invest too much, let's go ahead and get some archers in place on top of the wall here. They don't need to go anywhere. We just get 4 of them like so, and then probably start expanding the wall again this way, which we can expand further, so this is also good news. But let's go this far for now. Or we don't have enough resources for that. We have enough resources for this, at least, to start with. I guess that means it's time for another trek into the woods. Which, wow, I think we went a little overboard with the food production. Plus 241. Wow. There, now this gives us plenty of wood to work with. Which, speaking of, we might need a lot for the ballista that we have here. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. And it also needs some stone, but we have enough for one of them at least. But it also needs a slightly bigger platform. So let's get one of those in place. Maybe over here should be fine. Just enough for us to use, but we also need a way to get up there ourselves, probably to use it. So thankfully there are still stairs. So we just start building up like that until we, oh, it's a little bit too much there, but we can scrap that at least. Now, enclosing our entire fortress is definitely a good idea, but I think we need a way to get in ourselves. At least we can, you know, vault over the surfaces like that. But on the wall, or the side of the wall here, why don't we put in another door? So at least now this corner is closed off, and we have a way to get in around the side. Probably need something like that on this side too. And I don't feel like putting a door in the front because that seems like a weak spot for enemies to get through. Although I guess there is ladders. Allows the player to climb up. That doesn't mean enemies climb up too, right? Well, I certainly hope not, so let's put that up over here then. But I think we need to build these stairs ourselves because builders are busy. But now we have our platform up here for one of the ballistas. So let's see. Oh, it takes 1,000 wood. Wow, okay then. Time for a little more nature destruction. Now, I certainly hope that we can get minions to do these ballistas, but I think we also need to do them ourselves. And maybe having the walls doubly thick isn't a bad idea either. Okay, so we can put the ballista down right here now. Very good, but wow, this is a lot of building blocks. Oh, thankfully it's in chunks. So now we have a ballista. Sweet. But why don't we get a little bit more space around here just to have, you know, the room to move around it. And the enemies are almost here again already, but why don't we get a little bit more stability here? If this part of wall collapses, I don't want to lose a ballista. So that should work. And we didn't get to put any defenses out front, but hopefully that's not an issue here. Wave 2. If the first one had that many units, how many is this gonna have? Okay, that is a lot more. Hi there. But they look to be still more the basic ones. So that's good at least. And we are right next to the ballista, so let's get this going. Just gotta aim kind of in their direction like so, and oh, beautiful hit. Wow, that killed a few of them. I love this thing. And a few more. Oh, that only took one down, I think. Come on, get the cooldown, and more. Gotta cleave a line through them. Thankfully, we have archers as well. Ooh, and they're already shooting. Very good. But I feel like the ballista isn't being as effective this close. So let's get out there ourselves. We don't have any new abilities, but the shield charge is very powerful. So right through them. Yes. Ah, we're stuck in the middle. Get out of the way. Okay, shield charge kind of stops a little bit. Oh, the ballista is going on its own. Awesome. Please don't hit me with that. Whoa, I said don't hit me with that. That was very close. But shield charge this small group. Oh, very good, very good. Yes. Cleaving through them, but they're still breaking through. We definitely need doubly thick walls. Ah! We also need to not get caught in the middle like that. Okay, why don't we let the archers do things and we deal with some of the stragglers that get through? Because at least they hopefully won't hurt as bad as the horde. Ah, you're already breaking down the door. No, not allowed. Okay, thankfully the ballista turns around. Oh, and sometimes misses. And the door is broken in two. Great. No, stay away from the king. At least he fights, but he doesn't do that much damage. Oh dear, protect the king. Why are so many getting through? Ballista, do your job. Okay, I think, oh no, it's not all of them, but the king is safe. Whew, and I think this is the last one. Wow. Okay, ballista can automate. I like that. That was close, but he's alive. 150 more gold, and wow, we picked up 113 that time. That's way better. And yes, we are missing a door there, but at least we can restore everything. So yes, defense is in front, for sure a must, but if the ballistas can automate, then I definitely want more of those, but we also need a way to get stone. So can we set up an economy zone for stone? Yes, we can. Definitely need this. And I guess we might need some stronger materials, but plaster, I guess we could do that. Oh, also AoE traps. If the groups are getting this crazy, then we probably definitely need this. Oh, and there's a lot of AoE traps that we can get. And let's also upgrade the pickaxe while we're at it, because that lets us harvest rock. And there is certainly a lot of it to be had, but hopefully this quarry zone isn't expensive. And it looks like there's a lot of stone back here, but it's still pretty far away from the main keep. We'll just have to deal with it. And we can't build that far just yet, but we can build up here. So let's get this going as soon as possible. And can we get 2 of them already? Oh, it's kind of close. Let's at least start building this ourselves so we can recruit a mason. Then maybe he can tell us what the numbers mean. And are we at the point for 2 of them? I'm not sure. At least 1 mason is going right now. And then when we're done with this, oh, still no second one. But only 1 more row should get us that second one. Very good, now we're getting stone income. And we can also harvest this ourselves, so we should probably do that so we can get more ballista things. Although this only gives 30 at a time, whereas the wood gave us 50. But this is still gonna be incredibly helpful. Oh, I think this block is broken already. Hopefully that comes back. But now let's get our defenses out front a little bit better. We have some spikes here, which I guess can deter them. And they broke through kind of down here by the archers most commonly. So we can get those placed in front like this. Maybe a little bit staggered just because I'm not sure they damaged me. I hope they don't. But we also have AoE traps as well, so we should look at those. Oh, and the first one's a Tesla coil. Wow, I need this. Probably keep it close to the spot where they break in here. That costs metal to use. That should be worth it, and then we can double it up over here, I think, for good results. Making a little bit of a Venn diagram with AoE is always a good time. And that's also all that we can make until we start harvesting iron. But now let's harvest some more wood so we can get a second ballista in place. Now hopefully there's enough space up here in this spot to get a second one. And of course there isn't, but thankfully we already have the start to a platform here, so we can go ahead and expand this. And I think, yes, we need to get the walls doubly thick, especially where they break in. Hopefully that doesn't make them go somewhere else, but we can still make it pretty thick in other places too. Oh, we also should probably, you know, expand this fully. And now we can get our second ballista. Oh, I guess they can overlap pretty good too. This should save space. Now the spikes that we have here is a start, I guess. I wonder if we could set up a sort of pitfall with them. It might be a good idea to dig a moat around this, which we did unlock the terraforming thing, but that does cost food as well. And I'm not sure our food income is good enough if we keep hiring more units. Speaking of, let's get more archers, which can go right next to these ones. Maybe it's a good idea to get some archers back by the king too. So let's set up a little tower for them back here. And there's 4 of them, but they're every other space. So we need 7 blocks for them to stand on. So it can go like this, make it a little thicker for support, and then up like so, maybe not as high. That should be good. And as soon as we get more wood, we can hire those archers. But hiring more archers also damages our food income. So maybe we do that first, because we can afford to expand that. And something else that we have too is wooden floors, which increases the movement speed of minions. So if we got those floors in place, kind of where the farmers come from, then that should help them get to the place sooner. Although it's kind of awkward because their walking path is sort of diagonal.
The enemy hordes are almost upon us.
And the enemy is almost here. But that should be a decent road for them, for the food supply anyway, and thankfully the lumberjacks don't need to get all the way back here. Okay, we got a nice team of archers going up there, and I forgot to place down the second set of archers because we didn't have wood for that, but it's time for wave 3. And are these more the same units? Oh, there's different groups of them. So you... Oh, hold on. Climbing, skittering, frosty, skeleton, grunt. Why are you getting more things to your name? Jumps frequently and randomly, allowing it to bypass some obstacles. I do not like this. I also don't like that you said climbing in the name. Well, let's take hold of one ballista until they get closer and sniping them. Okay, yeah, they are definitely very bouncy over there. Can we snipe them still? Oh, yes, headshot on that one. Okay, and I think that's close enough. Time for us to get involved, which I love that the ballistas can one-shot. Oh, they're archers. Okay, bash through them. I didn't realize they were archers. It only focused on one of the units. At least we can outpace their arrows pretty well, and maybe take care of them before they start damaging our archers. Or sniping the king. That would be worse. And just charge them from the rear. Very good. Right into the AoEs. Oh, they're not Tesla coils. They're magnets. Weird. But at least they're getting hit on spikes, which is good. If we surrounded one of these things with spikes, then that would be super good. But also, oh yes, keep them away from the wall. That is extra good news. And the dark magic is weakening already. This went way better than last time. They didn't even break through the wall. Okay, but now the units are getting special traits about them, so we definitely need traps of various types. Oh, but we got even more money that time. 225 and 176. Oh, and I guess the door actually got broken down. When did that happen? Well, thankfully everything is going good, and we have 300 monies to spend. Is that enough to get iron? No, we need 500 for that. Ooh, but we could get the Morning Star, the big brother of the hand weapon. That does sound amazing. But we also can't afford that because we don't have iron. So let's get production somewhere in there, and let's wait on that. We can make a temple zone. Temples employ priests who pray for you and improve your mana regeneration rate. Oh, well that would help. Except that's all the money at once. I think we need more build area for sure. But that is getting more expensive the more we buy it as well. Let's get some more builders and maybe some double jumps so we can climb the wall faster. Ooh, tier 3 lets us harvest metal. I do like the sound of this. And then tier 4, probably just more speed, but we can also get some more armor and health because it's about time we got that. And let's get some new abilities like a blade prison. Or blades from below? I think blade prison. And let's spend today focusing on more traps in front. Restructuring this so the electromagnets are a lot more effective by just surrounding them with spikes. I do like the sound of this, but we also need to terraform the ground a little bit. So hopefully we don't damage ourselves on the spikes here. Oh, we found some money in the ground there. Nice, we found 10. That's enough to buy something else, like some vertical wall spikes. We could put those on the walls. Oh, and it gives way to a trap door, so we can make pitfalls. I love that. And now it's a little bit of odd placement, but now there's spikes surrounding this whole thing. And I'm sure the builders will get to that eventually. And we definitely need to terraform the ground here a little bit more, which thankfully comes with stone, sometimes. And I'm not sure if they're gonna be affected by the corners of things, but we'll just surround the whole thing. Okay, I guess the builder isn't smart enough to dodge traps, but at least he's not getting hurt anymore. Oh, please don't tell me you're gonna walk right through them. Okay, you are smart enough to do that at least. Almost. Now you're just standing right on that one. Why don't I help these guys so they're not here anymore because they're not the brightest. And now what are you doing? Okay, there you go. So this is a pretty decent area here. But let's redo those spike traps, I think, because they weren't too effective. At least I don't think they were. And then we can get some spikes on the walls here, which I think we'll build before the builders decide to be dumb. So that should deter from that area. And it is in the range of the electromagnets, but did any of them wander over here? I don't think they did, because it's a little bit farther from the portal, but I guess a little bit of insurance there wouldn't hurt. And we have plenty of wood to use too. So all the way to the ladder and then a little bit of space around the ladder so I don't stake myself. Olaf is not a role model in this respect. We also do have a little bit more time to build this wave, which kind of tells me that the next one is gonna be even more intense, and that's not good. And I guess you decided to... What? What'd you do that for? There's nothing over here for you to build. Okay then, choices were made. Now, our stone production is actually looking amazing right now, probably because we're not using too much of it. But if we're doubling up the front walls, then we probably need to double up the walls by the king as well, which kind of is reinforcing the door as a weak point. But we can also get archers out here. Not enough platoon capacity, so I guess we'll need to get more gold before we do that. Well, we can still reinforce him in here. And then, should he get a roof? Probably, if there's archers. I'm sure he wouldn't mind that. Not really sure if defending around the backside matters, but don't need someone sneaking in there. And we do need more elevation, it looks like, to avoid the flag there. But at least having a reliable roof on the front side of this should be pretty good, especially if we make this just ridiculously large and chunky. And thankfully they're able to reach that high. I think it's about time now too that we close up the side of the fortress over here. Although there are these random trees that get in the way, so that's kind of annoying. But that should still do us good there, and then we can have a door over here for the lumberjacks to get through. And hopefully get this done very quickly because portal time. But now that's looking a lot more protected. It better be, because it's time for us to work. And see how many are happening now. Oh, those are bombs. Those are bombs. We have brainling grunts now. Skittering, hovering, jumps frequently and randomly, allowing it to bypass obstacles, but also hovers? Huh? Oh, great, we're also not on the ballista, so we can't do that right away. Ladder time. Should probably get rid of those bombs, but oh, they're already shooting. Okay, but the bombs are going places. I don't like that idea, but at least they blow up where they go down. Oh, but you're here now. No. Too late, it's too late. Okay, so that, yikes. Get rid of you away from the wall. And then you guys are kind of going places as well. Oh, great, they broke through. Just when I thought we could avoid a Helm's Deep moment. Oh, but there are so many of them there now too. But these brainlings seem a little tougher, so why don't we focus on them? They also have shields, so the archers might not be as effective, but at least they're helping. And no one's, oh. Uh-oh, I think someone broke through. No? There was damage happening on the central keep wall. Not sure what that was, but at least we're keeping these guys occupied over here, so that's good news, even if the archers do want to help. I feel like these guys hit harder than the skeletons, so I definitely want to get rid of them a lot sooner. They're also very delayed in their attacks, so that helps too. Oh dear, but now they broke through the wall. Okay, ballistas, are you damaging our own wall? That's not the play here. I haven't even used my abilities yet, but hopefully don't need to. At least we can attack a lot of them at once. And all the archers are focusing over here now too, but the magic is weakening. How many are left? I didn't realize there were still guys over here. Oh, the electro trap went down. Hopefully that also restores, because that was expensive. But that's another wave down. We're getting good at this. There's a lot less of them reaching the king. Oh, but someone blew up the backside. Nice. But 233 coins from the field. That was awesome. Oh, good. The electro traps do come back. But maybe it's a good idea to get some ballistas on this side, just so they're not trying to shoot across the wall and then destroy it. I mean, we have plenty of stone to do this, so why not? Now, with 285 coins to use, is it worth getting another? Ooh, we can get the pitfalls now. Or extending metal spikes. If I had solid metal income, I would. But I do like the sound of this trapdoor. I need to do pitfalls. So maybe we also expand our realm to do that better. And then we can get a third skill here, which totally forgot to use them last time. But blades from below is good, and that gives access to Rift Blade. Rip open the ground? Wow. Can't afford it though. And it looks like the damage from the bombers is gone as well. So at least nothing is permanent there. Now, how far can we build now? Wow, we can build pretty far. So we can carve a moat right through here, I think, for pitfalls. Although, that's still kind of expensive for metal without reliable income. And we can't attach it? Why not? It's overlapping? Okay, so it needs a solid base with enough clearance underneath, it looks like. So it could go there, but let's carve a pit first. Which now, okay, we have plenty of food. I think now's the time to do the terraforming. So let's see, if we carve just one layer at a time, or we can go down. It do go down. I would like to get at least 2 pitfalls in here because we can afford 2 of them. So that can be our first line in front of, well, actually some of them went around the side here. I have to consider so much. But let's see, the pitfall was 4, so let's go 8. And it was 4 wide, right? And then down, not sure how far they need to go down to take fall damage, but that should be good. Oh, and it sets up for excavation for builders to do. Well, that's not nearly as quick. We can just start to do this ourselves in that case. Although I also have better things to do than just focus on that this whole time. So we need to defend the corners of this as well. Well, that's also what the ballistas can be good for, so let's get more trees. And interestingly enough, the lumberjacks are not going for the tree that's inside the fortress. So that's a choice, I guess. And we should have enough time here, actually, to get enough wood for 2 ballistas. And thankfully we do. But do we have enough ground over here to put down ballistas? I think they might be better on the corners, actually. And thankfully the ground doesn't need to be finished before the ballistas go down. So one on the corner right here should work. And then maybe one halfway to the archers. That's looking good. Now this is gonna be awkward once they actually breach through, which hopefully they don't. But if they do, then it makes it awkward for the archer response. But I do like where things are now. Ooh, but they're done excavating. So we should be able to get the pitfalls in place. Right here and right here, yes. Probably should have built some spikes first, but let's just do one thing at a time. Because spikes plus pitfalls would be amazing. But that's 1, and that's 2. Sweet, and we can walk on these. Now hopefully the skeletons walk on these as well. Why don't we clear the ground out in front of the pitfalls, just in case they decide to ramp over these or something. There are the jumping ones too, and we're getting some wood from the ground, which is interesting. And some money from the ground is always nice. That was 20 money there. Now, can we build under these, even though the pitfalls are here? Press shift to sink into the ground. I would certainly like to. Oh, well that's cool. We can just hide the bottom of them to save space? Well, I wish I knew that, but also we can't move the trapdoors out of the way, so that's annoying. I guess we could just dig a little bit to the side here just to get access under there. I would like to get just one down there at least, but I guess that might not be a thing. And we can place down some dirt too to fill that in, which of course needs to be built as well. At least we can do that. So we can dig down there, place things, and then fill in the dirt on top. I like it. And I sure hope the builders got to those ballistas. Wave 5. Oh, and they're going way to the side. Hi? Siege engines? I wasn't ready for siege engines. A skull thrower, great. Maybe the ballistas focus on those if they can. Oh good, the ballistas are in place. I kind of would like those. The double jump isn't working here. Double jump, get up there. Great, okay, you know what? We'll do this ourselves. And what are these little things? Weird little demon skeletons. Maybe we focus on the siege engines. I feel like our individual units can handle those just fine. So let's see, swords in the ground right there. Wow, those are pathetic little swords. Oh, and they're already throwing. Are they targeting me right now? I think they're targeting me right now. But thankfully, we can just cleave through them so good. Can we bash them? Let's bash them. Bash, whoa, wow, wow. What are these made of, paper mache? Wow, look at the pile of skeletons there. Oh my goodness. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, but wow, look at the skeletons piled up in front here. Holy moly, that worked way better than I thought it would. Oh man, those siege engines were pathetic. 225 and 268 coins found on the field. Oh, our defenses are amazing. But man, do they climb up those piles to get over the walls? That's a little concerning. I kind of wish I could get a status report on how good our traps did, because I'm not sure if the pitfalls actually helped. Ooh, stone structures, it looks like only cost 200 gold. So we can unlock those now. Let's do that. So that would let us hopefully replace parts of our wall with stone. I would like to just replace them instead of building over top of them. But if we need to rebuild anywhere, let's rebuild the central keep where the king is. And all of it. This is gonna hurt, but whoop, there it goes. And, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm kind of glad I did. That was hilarious. He's fine, look at him, he's totally fine. And you get a stone door right in front of you. Although maybe I should be out here. Let's put it out here instead. And thankfully we've been building up plenty of stone that this should be very affordable. Oh, so there is an upgrade button. Well, that makes my life easier. So first, it seems like we have to upgrade to plaster, which also reintroduces the building process. So we should definitely upgrade the front of the wall first, and behind it, I guess, can still be stone. or wood rather. But also the sooner we get all this upgraded, then the sooner that we can, is this just going to stone right away? I think it's just going to stone right away. Oh, that helps. Upgrade buttons, my beloved. And we still have 6 minutes, so we should be able to upgrade pretty much everything. Oh, good, especially since the builders are over here now too. That is beautiful. Look at that process. It'd be hilarious if we could upgrade the spikes too to be stone spikes, which I'm not even sure what that would be like. But for some reason also, some things are not upgradable. At least they like to have me think so. Well, that's a very quick way to go through all the stone that we had, and now we have plenty of wood. Enough for more ballistas. I like this idea. Especially because they can overlap. So we can get even more on the corner here. Or should they go in the other corner? Because I know some things went around this way. At least I think that's what that bomber did. Oh, and I guess the wood left enough room for a window because of that tree. How nice of you. But definitely ballistas happening over here, or at least one of them. So let's build that as soon as possible, just in case it might get missed with all of the work that these builders have to do. At least they got that one over there. And some pieces of wood got left behind in the upgrade scheme. Can we upgrade the door too? Oh, we can. Now, hopefully, we can get the rest of this wall upgraded at once. Not enough resources, but we can do the base level, which I guess is the important part, as long as our builders are quick. Oh yeah, our fortress is looking way better now. It's looking like a proper castle, you know, as far as it needs to. And can we hopefully dig this out to put spikes in the pitfall? I'm not sure if we'll be able to, but I would certainly like to. Oh, yes, we can go down there. Can we get our camera down there? Oh, we can. Spike traps all day. Hopefully builders don't get lost down here. But who knows if they can actually get out here to build. Can we get one of them at least? We can get that. And let's just fill it in with dirt as quickly as possible. So they'll be none the wiser, as they are here. Wave 6. How many are there gonna be? Are these more siege engines? Oh, they got giants! Oh, and that one spits! It's a skeleton, how can you spit? And why are we focusing on you? I've seen you before. Well, let's go. Your typical Tuesday, I guess. But we do have the blade prison, so why don't we do that to the archers? Sure, as we're getting shot? Can we move the, oh, you broke the ground. Okay then. Oh dear, I am not equipped for this. Death is but a minor setback as long as the king is alive. Okay then. At least the ballistas are here. How tough are those giants? Really glad I got stone now, but they're caving in the ground. And they're going around anyway. Don't do that. Why are there so many giants? Just charge you down. Did that do decent damage? It did. So we can go down as long as they're gonna go down in the end. They have 20 units left. Oh dear, but did they get through? Did I forget to put walls there? I might have forgot to put walls there. But the archers are certainly shooting up over the walls. Oh gosh, the giants are in, but the ballistas do a lot of damage. So please focus on the big guys if you don't mind. Oh, okay, they went down. Good job, ballistas. Proud of you. You actually did good. Now, where's the rest of them? 5 units left. They're underground? When did that happen? The pitfalls. Oh no, that backfired. Now they're just caving through. Okay then, I guess it doesn't matter. How's that reverse prison escape going for you? Okay, giants were scary. They almost made it to the king, but we got them. Ballistas are saving my bacon and his. And we got 300 gold for that. And 347 on the field. And I love that we restore the ground too. Oh, so I guess I did forget to put walls there, whoops. So they had siege engines, and now they got giants. What else are they gonna throw at us? Probably gonna find out here, so why am I asking? Ooh, if we had a little more money, we could get cannons. We can afford a bow, though. That would certainly help, I think. So we don't have to go, you know, right into the face of giants. Let's get that. Okay, so at least the builders can do that, but I think the pitfalls aren't deep enough to damage the units that way. So I hate to get rid of all their hard work, but we need to expand this even further. At least we get resources from destroying the dirt that we built. So that's an interesting little farming tactic right there. All right, but let's scrap the spikes, even though they're kind of good, but the pit needs to be deeper. So that means more excavation zone. How about as deep as they can get? Sure, hopefully the builders can manage that. And if not, then we can get new ones. And the giants, I think, went around the keep anyway. So we definitely need more walls here, but now I see the benefit of having wood and then upgrading later, because stone gets pretty expensive when that's your only material. And you know, as long as it deters them, it's always good. So hopefully they give up and try to break through the wall, which they still would easily break through the wall, but at least it'll slow them down a little bit. And thankfully we can afford to double all of this up. And we still have plenty of build room over here that we could put traps down. Oh good, they can excavate from out there. And we could unlock one of these other things, launch pads. How much this affects the unit depends on how well they can withstand hitting the ground at high speeds. Not sure what that means, but I like what happens after, because then we get freeze blocks as well as heat plates, which it says is basically a weaponized gas stove. I love it. And maybe we should build more pitfalls. I certainly hope that's enough distance. If not, then it does really good at slowing them down to deal with other units. And wow, I didn't realize how far down this could go. Oh my goodness. We can go so many deep, but we don't have the food for that. I forgot this costs food. So maybe 6, 8? 8 should be deep enough. They can cover that. And then we'll help them out a little bit so we can get more pitfall doors in place, which we have enough room for 2 more, but oh, we need metal. So are these dark blocks here iron? I feel like whatever's going on over there is definitely iron, but what is this? It is nothing. It's a whole lot of nothing. Neat. Which I guess means that the closest iron deposit would have to be this, unless there's some in the mountains back there. But I'm already over here, so we can, is this, that is working. Good, so this is metal, but we only get 20 at a time. And why do I feel like we're not getting as much? Okay, it was just happening in the middle. Now we're getting iron, very good. So definitely need some iron harvesters there to do that for me, because that's a lot of work. And we're so far away. And they still haven't gone excavating because I think they're still building the walls back there. But at least now we can put down, okay, we can fit 1 more pitfall in there. I would like another one. So we need 2 more spaces here. And then down, was it 8 deep? I think it was, but we don't have that much food. So 1 more will have to be good enough for now. And also maybe more ballistas because we have so much wood. I will always say yes to more ballistas. The sad part is, unless we destroy things, we can't really do more than this. Whoop. You destroyed my pitfall, you jerk! Why would you do that? Fine, you gotta build the pit first anyway. I don't even think these guys get resources from destroying the ground like I do, which is really a shame, but they can also build further than me, so we'll let them do their thing, even though sometimes they look like they would rather be anywhere else. If I jump down there and take damage, is that enough? Does that signify that this is deep enough? I think they're also gonna be digging down deeper than the first pitfall, so this will be a good indicator if the first 2 need to be a little more tall. But man, these are deep pits. So we can get some more builder minions. Or is there something else we could put our money towards? Like maybe improving our sword skills, because some of these things are pretty terrible to begin with. But there's the Rift Blade. I need it. And they just found more gold so we can upgrade one of these things. Let's upgrade the blades from below because those were pathetic. So now we can just get in front of their line and then just open a chasm. Oh, so we actually managed to match the depth here. Maybe that's what I was doing initially, but maybe we can build this out enough ourselves to at least get another door in here, because that would be 3.5 pitfalls. Though it would help if this existed before the wave started. Oh, thankfully it does, and the new ballista is in place. Well, here we go again. I feel like at some point it's gonna be just entirely overwhelming, but we're doing good right now. As they're, oh, you have a banner, and you're flying? Oh, they're, what? Why is the battering ram flying? Flying, encouraging skeleton grunt. Great, and you have armor. Bony wings held together by rotten sinews and black magic allow this unit to fly. Great! Well, good thing we have a bow. Oh man, they are all flying there. Can we hit them from here? Should probably hit the bombers, shouldn't we? At least they decide to detonate as soon as they get hit. And oh yes, they are all getting hit. Good. But why is that one following me? Hi! Okay, you know what? We're here, so time to teach this battering ram some manners. Just right away. That's so brutal. I love it. But also, I think we should have done the chasm first. I don't even know how big this chasm is. Let's just try it here. Not enough mana? What do you mean not enough mana? I only did 1 shield charge. And they are just deciding to go around the wall, so that's cool. Can I have you blow up your friends? Blow up your friends. Ooh, oh no! One of them got to the king? Oh, he flew over top. We just won't talk about that. Let's try again. And it's actually different units this time. Neat. And a lot more of them. I think I would have preferred facing the old wave. But also, we are currently not in position right now. At least none of them are flying. we just happen to have bombers going way to the sides, and I don't trust that at all. I also don't like how close you're getting, so let's just have you detonate and then run away. As, wow, an entire line of archers. That's great. Time for the chasm, because now we actually have a spot to do it now. Boom. And then open that up. I'm probably gonna get blown up, but hey, we actually did hit a few of them. Oh, and the pitfalls. The pitfalls are deep enough for some of them, but those work now. Good. Oh, and those guys aren't even here yet, and they're getting kind of confused. Oh, and there's even more units underground, but the ones that can't fly are getting victimized by the pitfalls. I love it. That is working so good. Some of them are digging, but you know what? That's fine. We can deal with them because one of the bombers opened up the wall for us. Thank you for that. Well, now you're here at the king, but also you're dead now. And now the rest of you are just units that our archers can't hit, apparently. Can we do the blade spikes now? Still not enough mana. We probably should build one of those temples. But at least the stone walls are holding up, so really, they're only getting through by burrowing. That's interesting. And brutal, too. Now, who are you guys shooting at? Oh, I guess they started digging their own pit, I guess? Okay, how's that working for you? So now it's just a matter of these guys eventually getting to us, but wow, they did not survive that fall very good. But the dark magic is weakening, so maybe we overkilled it with the pitfalls. But that's wave 7 completed, and the king is here with no memory of what happened last time. Hey, now the good news, we do have access to the mine zones, so we can get iron, yes. And that was all of our money, but it was worth it. Whoops, sorry about that. And they do have quite a bit of a hike, but I think setting up their zone on the inside is gonna protect them more. So let's build large enough to get 2 of them, which is a lot of area. But now we're recruiting a miner, so we can start to get some metal, yes. And really quick before anything else, because I guess they fly now, or we don't have enough resources for this yet, but we can do that. Oh, but the good news is we can actually see the pickaxe swinging out there, as tiny as it is. Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that, I swear. He comes back, right? Oh, good, he does. Hey, does the spike work? Can you test this for me? Okay, then. Okay, so they actually move decently quick, but that does mean we have more people, so we definitely need more food now. So probably another farmer's worth of land, or at least close to it. Now we do have these launch pads as well, that I guess also count for fall damage since it doesn't need that much. So what if we had these around the sides of our castle? And we can inset them in the ground too, which is even better. So the ones that do decide to come around this way will have a pretty interesting surprise. Oop, not that. Whoa, and they launch me too. Okay, so you go about that high. Do they launch the workers too? I guess the workers are smart enough to avoid it, but that seems to be working. Hopefully it's enough to damage things, although I think it is. At least I hope it is, because I'm putting down so many of these. And was there any real threat going around the left side there? I don't think so. Whoa, whoa, they go that high? Oh, okay then. We probably need these evacuation zones then so the workers don't go over there. That's not gonna be a common occurrence, is it? Just avoid the trap. You are not avoiding the trap very well. Like at all. Okay, I guess we need to get rid of this one. Okay, thankfully it looks like they're safe now. Oh, now they avoid where the trap was. Really? But we also definitely need some defenses on the inside here, because last time those diggers made it pretty far. Okay, but now we can fully enclose the king, so I guess he's just in a box right now again. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine in there, but let's get some more defenses here really quick. Although I don't think the builders are gonna be fast enough. Oh, can we? Oh, yes we can. Okay, what do we gotta deal with next? Way to the side there, huh? Oh, and there's more of those, and there's oh, bigger siege engines again. Are you the diggers? You are. You're grave diggers. Well, let's just go deal with the paper mache of siege engines. And I feel like those skull throwers are the biggest threat. But we can also just do a little bit of this to trap some of them. Now, can we please move before we're shot by arrows? And those are giant corpse piles made, oh my goodness. Oh, and we're also currently out of mana, so I guess we're dealing with these ourselves. Are you targeting me already? I guess you kind of are, which is hilarious. You know what, better me than the kingdom. And we can also just deal with one entirely by ourselves, so that's great. Ow, but there's also archers still. So rude. Although the battering rams, is that on top of the wall? That's on top of the wall. Wow, okay, that's a new one. I don't think they're supposed to go up that high. At least our archers are dealing with them. And these siege engines are just not getting through at all. I love it. Not that I really want to give them a chance to either. Okay, now there's one left. I guess we can have our units deal with him. Wow, look at these corpse piles. That is insane. And the dark magic is weakening, so that siege engine isn't long for this world as it is. Are any of them gonna hit this thing? Okay, there they did. And I don't think anybody made it to the central keep that time. And we get 300 gold and 339. And 1,300 landscape blocks got damaged there. That is insane. But yeah, that's entirely clean for the central keep. So I'd say we have successful defenses. And the flying units would have an even harder time getting in there. So I'd say we did pretty good. And there's plenty more defense shenanigans that we could get up to. So if you guys have ideas for castle craft, then be sure to let me know. Thank you guys very much for watching, and sub to Intern.